Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of With Disadvantage. I'm your host and DM, Chev, and today is episode 13.2 of the Solstice campaign. And it's point 2 because this week we're skipping our main session and we're doing a bunch of one-on-one sessions with each character. And with me today we have Keljeon, played by Deranged Plague.
Hello.
And this is your one-on-one today. So when last we left off with you, we had... Oh, hold on. Let me adjust audio levels real fast. Say test 1 2 3.
Test 1 2 3.
Okay, I think you're louder than me. Let's do just this. Okay, say it again.
Test 1 2 3.
Test 1 2 3. Okay, our levels seem to be in sync. Okay. When last we left off with Keljeon, you were trying to enter the door with the party to turn the water back on. Well, the party succeeded in turning the water back on. You guys all got out safely, and then from there you kind of went about your own business and took care of some of your own affairs, while the rest of the party kind of came up with a plan to attack the Dominion and try and thwart their plans to stop them from stealing the water. Now that they've got it turned back on. You have decided that you are going to follow them into Dominion territory and kind of just bring up the rear and keep an eye on everything. And so you've followed them all the way into these ancient ruins and down through these tunnels, and they made their way carefully down this sinkhole in these ancient ruins in Dominion territory. And the sinkhole almost collapsed on top of them as they went inside, but you, being a nimble tabaxi, are able to make your way. You made your way through this area and into the Dominion tunnels, and have been keeping a distance behind the party. I'm going to go ahead and share a sheet with you here. You should be able to click that in the chat, the little dot.
Okay, clicking it. There we are.
Okay. You should see. Let me zoom in here. I'll sync your view with mine. There you go. Can you see your token?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you followed in behind your team here, and you've noticed that everyone has met back up. Sakar, Elora, Grandpa Willie, Violet, Audavon, Naya, and Sam. They're all in this room. And Sam he's taken on the appearance, being a changeling, of Piratesh, whom you guys met in the chamber where you tried to turn the water back on. You also see two other people you don't recognize, a half-elf female, Horatia. Well, you don't know their names, so I'll just describe them. And then also a kind of a more burly human-looking dude, and they both look basically like Dominion citizens. And they are off to the side here, next to you guys. And they've been conversing with Audavon throughout the way, so you're aware that they appear to be friends of Audavon. Across the way, you see that Marina has walked up next to Dragthar and Naya, way over in front of a giant image of Piratesh. And Piratesh has outstretched her arm and has touched Marina's head. And Marina instantly goes into a trance, which you also notice the rest of everyone else here is also in some kind of trance. They're all kind of just staring up blankly, drooling, as if their minds are just vacant. Mm-hmm. And Piratesh notices movement in the back as you walk in, and she says, "Keljeon, come forward."
How do you know my name?
Where you were there, right, in the chamber where you turned the water back on. So let me bring you up to date. She appeared there as kind of a wispy spirit or hologram of some kind. As you guys activated one of the computers, and she appeared, and she basically gave you guys a quest to go turn the water on elsewhere in Solstice, and she referred to basically the world in which you live as Solstice. So it's the first time you guys actually heard the name Solstice in game.
Okay.
And she had the area she was going to send you to is apparently a region occupied by Aarakocra, Sakar's race, and they are in trouble because they don't have any water either. And so she wanted to send you guys to do that. But the party was concerned that the Dominion was going to steal the water now that they reactivated it from the solar planes, so that you'd go over there and then there'd just be more problems over here. So everyone agreed to come up with a plan to at least limp the Dominion so that they can't do that in the meantime. And so that's what everyone is trying to do right now. Audubon basically came up with a very detailed plan for all of this. And that's who they've been following him into Dominion territory. Okay. And then Audubon's plans got interrupted when one of his little friends, Manoa, called him with a send message spell to come rushing into this room, because apparently he stumbled upon the rest of his party and Piratesh in here in this chamber. This chamber is also the chamber that Dragthar stumbled into a long time ago, where he got his powers from Piratesh. So that's okay. So you do recognize Piratesh as she's appeared again, only this time she's appeared a lot larger, and you watch as she kind of shrinks down into kind of still larger than the rest of you, but a more manageable humanoid size, and then sticks her hand on Marina's head, and Marina goes into a trance just like the rest of everyone here. And then she kind of steps forward onto this ramp, and she says, "Keljeon, come forward. I have a gift for you as well."
I'll stay right here. I've seen your gift.
They are experiencing genetic memories. I have to unlock genetic memories for you as well, Keljeon, for you to achieve your goal.
Explain that process to me. I'm from a small village in the wastes. I don't know what this means.
Do you understand the ways of evolution?
Kind of.
You understand that you were born of your mother and father, yes?
Yes.
And that your mother and father were each born of their own parents?
Yes.
And this extends back for generations.
That's what they say, yeah.
You have memories of your ancestors that you are unaware of, locked away deep within the recesses of your mind. I am unlocking those for you, at least partly. Come forward.
But how do we know that's
the gift of Piratesh?
But how do we know that's safe? Maybe there's a reason why we don't have those memories
It is
anymore.
perfectly safe. Trust me, Keljeon. Come forward, young lion.
I'm gonna try and gather, like, they're telling, like, truth or not.
Insight check?
Yeah, insight.
Okay. I am just going to have you do manual dice rolls since I forgot to update your in-game sheet. So just roll you a d20 and add your modifier from D&D Beyond.
Okay, one second. One sec. And insight would be here, right? Yeah. How do I roll it on D&D Beyond?
There is a dice roller on D&D Beyond now, too, in the bottom left corner. Actually, I think you can even click the stats.
Yeah, I see it now.
You can use that if you want. Just let me know what the final result is.
Okay, so for insight, okay, if whatever I roll a +1, right? I put +1 to it?
Yeah, if you click that field on the sheet, though, it will roll it with the modifier and everything.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
it's a new thing. They just added it.
15 + 1, 16.
Cool. Okay, yeah, so she seems to be mostly genuine. You can tell she's deliberately holding back information, but you can't tell if she's lying or if she's just only giving you what you need to know and not, she's a goddess, so she knows a lot more than she's ever going to tell anyone in a single conversation.
How does unlocking my genetic memories help me in any way?
You saying this to her?
Yes.
You need to understand where you have come from, young lion. You need to understand why you are here, and it will help you push forward. It will help give you a greater purpose in life. How can you know where you're going if you don't know where you've been?
You have a point, but isn't that the whole point of living in general terms? The mystery of it, to
Under
understand,
ordinary
to link it.
circumstances, yes. But I need you to experience these memories.
Why?
They will help you in the times to come.
But how does that help you? How does you helping me help you?
This does not help me, only you. I need you to perform the tasks I have given you and your group.
Mm. I'm okay. Fine. I very carefully move forward.
Okay. All right, there is a small gap over here of about 5 feet that you kind of have to leap over to get to her. There used to be a bridge there, but apparently it's collapsed over time. So just make me a acrobatics check if you're going to try and make that leap.
15.
Okay. All right, so you are able to make your way across pretty easily, and then she steps a little closer, kind of just elegantly walking forward and allowing you to approach. Do you walk up to her?
Yeah, cautiously. I walk with some reserve towards her, like
Okay.
still kind of jumpy, like ready to strike type thing.
And she approaches you and she just says, "You have made a good choice following your party. They're going to need you in the times to come. Here, experience my gift." And then she puts her hand kind of on your head, and it's like sort of in your head also at the same time. As you feel like this weird tingling sensation go over your head and like through your brain, and then all of a sudden everything goes black.
Okay.
Okay, now I am
My
going
brain
to
feels fuzzy.
kick you off of Keljeon, and I'm going to close this map. And then if you reopen the sheet, you have a new character, Jax, that you saw before by accident, for you to control. Okay, hold on real quick. I'm going to take just a 30-second break here. I forgot to get my water. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Water is important.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
My allergies have my throat so scratchy that I can tell my voice is going to go if I don't get it now.
So that
Okay.
if you can, get some honey. It'll help too.
Oh, good idea.
Coat that throat, man. Coat that throat.
All right, so you suddenly awaken after having blacked out, and you are still, as far as you're concerned, Keljeon. You have his memories, everything, but you open your eyes and you find yourself in some sort of medieval mansion of some kind, and you have like a little match, like one of those large matchsticks or something in one hand, and you've lifted off the top of this lamp in front of you, this oil lamp. And you are about to, it looks like it's been freshly filled with oil, and you're about to light it, about to put the lid back on it and light it, as far as you can tell. And then you notice, as you look at your hands, that you see spots, kind of like a cheetah. And they are not the familiar hands that you normally see. And then in front of you is a large window. You're standing in a hallway that is rather dark since you haven't lit the lamp yet. And but the hallway extends pretty far, and you can see out the window into a forested area. Just a bunch of trees, kind of the tops of you can barely see over the tops of the trees, as you are on like the second or third floor of some sort of building.
I'm going to light that lamp, and then I want to look around slowly, kind of carefully, and not too much noise. Maybe see if I find a mirror.
So you take the lit match that you're holding and you put it up to the wick of the lamp here, and then immediately the oil-soaked wick ignites, and then you kind of put the cover back on it. And you look around, and you just see a large empty area with like kind of ornate furniture, hand-carved like dresser or like a sort of a I don't know all these words. What's I want to say ottoman, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Like a hutch, kind of like a hutch in the middle of the hallway, and it's got lots of fancy like plates and stuff inside of it. And then further down the hallway, there's a really fancy chair, and then another chair next to it, and they're both very unique. Like everything here is like very uniquely hand carved, ornate. Everything kind of seems to be kind of outlined with gold. Just like very like not it's not like everything here is like bright gold, but it's like more like browns, a lot of dark browns and stuff, as this place is like constructed out of wood, mostly the wood floors, wood ceiling, wood walls. But then like all the ornate furniture and stuff has a sort of gold lining around it all. It's very tasteful.
Lots of filigree. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I hope you're okay with most of this is probably going to be a theater of the mind. Unless you get into combat, then I'll just draw squiggles so you can...
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to kind of like, check it out cautiously, walk forward very quietly, scope out the area, see what's going on. Again, I want to see if I can find a mirror. These spots don't look normal. Maybe that's just in my vision, but I'm pretty sure that they're on me.
Okay, so are you trying to be stealthy then when you say cautious?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Okay, give me 1 sec here.
And you can do that from in the game. You have a character sheet with stats, so you don't need to use your D&D Beyond sheet anymore. This is you're now Jax.
Deal with stealth.
All right, so you kind of look around.
I want you to know my D&D Beyond one was better.
You even have a +4 to stealth. You look around, and you decide you're going to scope out the place, and then you step forward, and you still look down as you step, and you realize that you have like this big, like kind of sleek looking paw. It doesn't have like the big bushy fur like you're used to on your big lion paws. But this foot paw of yours is just it's very sleek looking, like short hair. And of course, it's kind of like an amber with dark spots, just like your hands. And you're kind of noticing this, and then you don't realize that you have stepped on the edge of a rug in the hallway. And as you kind of very carefully creep along and you press your foot on this rug, it kind of slips across the floor, and it pulls the leg out from underneath one of those ornate chairs you saw earlier. And then the chair falls against the wall, and a clock on the wall falls off the wall, and it just crashes to the ground. It's like it's like sort of a cuckoo clock, and it's just like clang, 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 as it's like it crashes to the ground. And then you just hear a voice come from down the corridor, and he just says, "What'd you break this time?"
Nothing.
And then he doesn't hear you or doesn't like your answer, and you hear doof, doof, as he's stomping, and he comes around the corner, and there's this burly human looking dude, and he's got like this very nice coat on, and he's got like a monocle that's not on him. It's kind of hanging out of his pocket on the front of him. He's got a bald head and a mustache, and then he's basically just got like jeans on or something. It's very, very odd looking.
Very out of place.
Yeah, very out of place. And he just kind of looks like he's what's the word I'm looking for? He's just kind of decorated himself, adorned himself with just all sorts of trinkets and like mismatched things. Most of them very fancy, but very out of place with each other. And he just appears, and he looks angry, not super angry, but like just kind of annoyed. He's got an annoyed look on his face, and he just says, "This is the third time this week that something's come crashing down in this house." He's like, "I keep you in here because you're the best one. You want me to kick you out there?" And he points out the window.
I look out the window. I look back at him.
Okay, you look out the window, and you see that there is like right out the window, now that you've kind of stepped a little bit closer, you can see the front of the tree line here. The front of the house kind of pokes out of this tree line. and there is a mound of rocks with an entrance in it, and there's a cart track going into it. It's like a mine, like the entrance to a mine. And there is a cart on the track, and there's a bunch of tabaxi that look similar to you in that they're the amber color, the spots, the sleek fur, and they are hauling rocks and stuff out of this mine, pushing this cart, and then just kind of going back and forth and moving stuff around, and they look very dirty and grimy. And you just see a human taskmaster off to the side. And he just says, "Faster, faster! We got a quota!" Out the window, you can faintly hear it through the thin windows on this place.
Okay, all right. And do you mean like just hanging out outside, or doing what they're doing?
Are you getting smart with me?
No, it's a valid question. You didn't specify. I just assumed.
I'll put you down to work in the mine. Is that clear enough for you?
Way clearer, way clearer. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gonna take care of that? And he points to the now busted clock, and he just says, "That's coming out of your salary."
Oh, I get paid. What's my salary?
And he just kind of grunts, turns around, and slams the door behind him. Goes back down the hallway. So it's like a T-junction in the hallway, and he goes back down this one, and then the first door on the right, he slams closed. Uh-oh. I'm losing you. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, your voice cut out big time.
Yeah, I mutter under my breath, "Oh, they pay you enough to slam doors, apparently." Did you hear that part, or?
Sort of. You said you pay him enough.
Oh yeah, they pay him enough to slam doors.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So okay, I start picking up like the pieces of the clock, inspecting it as I go. I've never seen a clock before. That's weird. New to me.
Mm-hmm.
What does it do exactly? I ask myself because there's no one around me.
Let's see. Would you not have seen a clock in the solar planes?
I mean, consider like they don't measure time as a tribe like they do in like with the
okay. The tabaxi.
They just kind of look at the sky, and like if they see the shadows, they know that it's kind of later in the day.
Hold on. We gotta fix. Remember, solstice. The sun never sets. It's always high noon.
Right. It's always high. That's right.
Yeah. So you would have to have some way of telling time.
True. Yeah, I guess maybe just like when I feel tired, my body's just like.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense for a herd of cats.
Yeah.
They just all lay down randomly throughout the day.
Yeah. Some will keep watch, others are just asleep, hanging out. There we go. We figured it out.
Okay, so you've never seen a clock. At least not close up.
Not close up. I've heard of tales of them, but I've never seen them.
Okay. All right, yeah, so you notice it's on the wall, and you look up where it was on the wall, and there's two other clocks that were right next to it. And these ones are still up there working, didn't fall down. There's a round one, and then one in the kind of a shape of a star, a gold star.
Okay.
And you see the typical features of a clock, the ticking hands, and it's kind
of... I look closer at it, kind of squint, try to make out what's on it. Oh, those are numbers. Okay. So is this... Oh, no, doesn't make any sense to me. I kind of shrug and just take the rest of the pieces, and I look for a place to put them in.
Okay. You pick them up and you look back behind where you were setting up the oil lamp or putting that down. You look on the ground, and it looks like there is a bucket out of place. That is lined with some sort of canvas inside. And as you peer over it, you see just kind of refuse in there, some rags and a couple wood chips that have come off of the railing. A few things you picked up from around the house.
All right.
You can surmise anyway.
I'll put them into that.
Okay.
Put the pieces in there.
All right. You pick it up, put it up in there, and then everything is still quiet. But you do still hear outside. Every once in a while, you hear the clang of a sword. As the taskmaster outside, you look out and you see him kind of just like swing his sword right against the ground, right against the rocks, just to kind of spook the tabaxi as they walk by with their pushing their carts and stuff.
Okay. I'm kind of like, who did that? I find it atrocious that he's abusing that sword that way.
Right?
I just kind of like give a grunt and dissatisfaction. And I start looking around again. Start making my way downtown.
Okay. As you approach around down this corridor, there's more and more ornate items that are adorned with gold trimmings, and you come upon a grand staircase that leads down to the next level.
Okay.
And I can go into detail if you want, like giant curved banisters with a gold trimming as usual, and then like a crystal chandelier up on the ceiling in the center. It's a very nice place. Like basically like a mansion.
Awe. Yeah, kind of staring off. Pretty. I wanna hang on that chandelier. But I won't. I don't want to go do work in the mines.
You sure you don't want to climb up the wall and bring that chandelier down in the foyer?
Wait, does that get that guy back in here? No, I'll keep my head down for now.
Okay.
That's for later.
All right, so you go out the door, down the stairs, and very, very small steps. Like it's just designed to be as comfortable as possible, and they've got this carpet going down them. And you get down to the bottom of these steps, and it's just a large foyer entrance with these huge double doors with glass panes. And then you look out of the doors, and you basically just see a giant parking lot of covered wagons and horses hitched to posts and just lots of ways to travel, all kind of parked outside here. And then randomly you see around a bunch of humans all over the place. You do see some tabaxi, but every tabaxi you see is performing some kind of service. Like there's one tying horses to posts, and there is one collecting something from people who are in the parking lot.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way to one of the ones that's kind of outside of human view, and kind of like lean towards them and ask them what seems to be going on at the moment. Like, this is kind of weird, given that we're normally always on the roam and free and doing good things.
And who are you saying this to?
One of the tabaxi that are like kind of outside of human view, like.
Okay.
So they don't get all weirded out.
So you watch for a bit, and you wait until this one, the tabaxi that's collecting some sorts of pieces of paper and coins from people, and then kind of he puts them in this little pouch he's got a kind of a purse thing, the kind of strap goes over his left shoulder, and he's got this little pouch on the end of the string, and then he puts the money into this pouch. And he's kind of hunched over a little bit, like the tabaxi are actually real tall, but in order to fit where the humans are all the time, you guys are always ducking down, so the tabaxi around here kind of naturally walk, like a little slumped over. And he turns around and he just says, "Did you say something to me?"
Yeah. What seems to be going on here?
What do you mean? You're going to make Darren mad, Jax.
My name's not Jax. I'm...
Okay. Are you entirely awake this morning?
Funny you should ask that. I kind of like blacked out a little bit earlier, and then...
As that explains the broken clock.
Oh, this thing? No, that was just me being me. Don't worry about that. So,
Indeed.
question. Why are we doing this? Why are we serving them? Where clearly it's superior.
You, you. He puts his paw up on your face and kind of pushes you back gently a little bit, and then kind of pushes you kind of just behind the post that's holding up the porch, and then he looks and peeks around to see if anyone's watching, and then he looks back at you and he says, "You want to get us both killed?"
I mean, why would we be killed?
If we disobey Darren, he will have us put to death. He won't just trade us to someone else. He will have us put to death. You better wake up today, Jax. You have work to do.
Wait, are you telling me that Jax is keeping us prisoner?
You are Jax.
Sorry, Darren.
Yes, Darren. What is the matter with you?
I'm just kind of lost on what's going on here. I'm not quite picking up on.
Yeah, I could tell you're not quite all there.
How did this come to be?
Is this like a why does anything exist kind of a thing? Are you going through a phase? Because you're going to get the rest of us killed. If you want to get killed, get killed.
I mean, better to have die trying than just on our knees.
I don't know about you, but I have a family to feed, and so I'm going to continue collecting money from patrons, okay?
But you'd rather them live a life in slavery than live and free, enjoying the same freedoms that these people do?
If you continue to talk like this, then you will have to talk alone.
I'm sorry, the audio is cutting out. What was that one more time?
Oh, he said, if you're going to continue to talk like this, then you're going to do it alone.
Okay, I guess I will. So sorry to have bothered you.
He kind of turns and puts his nose in the air, and then he kind of looks around frantically real fast to make sure no one was looking.
One more thing.
Uh-huh.
What's your name?
Are you sure you didn't forget to take some medicine or something this morning?
I'm just kind of not all there right now.
I am Kit.
Kit. Okay. Pleasure meeting you.
You know me. You live here. We all live here.
Just imagine it was such a snooty little you know me. I live here. We all live here.
I think you are brain damaged.
Maybe. Yeah, you're not the first to say that.
And then this human that's kind of comes out the front door, not the one that you encountered earlier, he just goes, "What's going on here? You're supposed to be helping them." And he looks at Kit and he points over to a bunch of people kind of forming a line now, trying to get their money as they just kind of wait in front, or give their money.
My bad. I had asked him a question. And
You're fine. Off. You're fine, Jax. You're Darren's personal. Get back inside.
Yeah, not a problem. See you later, Kit.
And then he grabs Kit by the arm, and he just says, "How many times we gotta tell you, this is your spot right here?" And as it kind of fades out as you walk, but you go back inside.
All right. Not liking this at all. Not liking this at all. Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep looking around. I want to see if I can find something on any books possibly that could give a inkling as to how all this occurred.
Okay. Go ahead and tell me where you're gonna search inside, like which direction you go, and then I'll have you roll an investigation check.
I'm going to go up the stairs. Maybe they have a library. Or a study that might have a useful book. And then let me roll an investigation check. Please, for the love of God, give me something kind of good.
You're just not having... You and Bunsen, both in your one-on-ones, you guys are having bad luck. um, okay, so you look around and you find one book inside of another like hutch case inside one of the hallways upstairs.
hmm I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
You found one book, but it's behind the glass inside of a hutch.
Okay, I just kind of stare at it, but can I read the? Can I make out what the title is, or?
Yeah, you look at the front, and in common you read you can read the Gilded Empire.
Gilded Empire. What does gilded mean? Remember, he hasn't had any schooling. So. Gilded. Sounds fancy. Uh, hmm. Do I want to attempt to take out the book from the glass?
It's got so the glass is a little door. Like I don't know if you have the same image when I say hutch as I do in my head, but I'm picturing like this.
Yeah, like the thing that they put like trinkets and stuff behind and
Yeah, and it's
display.
got like a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
door that opens, but it's all like very fragile looking.
Oh yeah. That's why I'm saying, do I want to attempt to take it out? Because
Okay, I just didn't know
I
if you.
could
I guess I just didn't know if you knew there was a door on it or not.
yeah. I want to take a quick look around, see if there's anyone around. Maybe I can get away with taking it to read later. I have a feeling if they see me reading, they're not going to like that at all.
Okay, so you look around. Roll me a perception check.
Here we go. Come on, bro.
Okay, you look around. You don't see anybody. You do know that Darren is still up here. If he didn't leave the room he slammed himself into.
Okay, one more time. It broke up.
Oh, sorry. I was saying you don't see anybody around, but you do know that Darren was up here when last you saw him. He slammed himself into that room on that's not super far away from here. But other than that, you don't see anybody else.
Okay. I'm gonna take one last quick look around, and then I wanna open the door to take the book,
Okay. All right. So
hide it
you
somewhere.
look around. You still don't see anybody, and then you try to open the door. Go ahead and roll me a. You know what? This might actually be the first time I want you to roll a legit dexterity check.
Yeah. Dexterity. Wait, hold on. That's main.
Yeah,
And then
main
I do,
page. Just like the main skill.
and it's for dexterity save, right?
Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. We've got sleight of hand. Do sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Okay,
I
that works
forgot
too.
about sleight of hand.
Now you're good. I understand.
It's more for like picking pockets, but I think that makes more sense here. Trying to be dexterous with your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you just click, and it kind of clicks and open, and then creaks open. As you kind of look around a little again, you don't see anybody. And this book is kind of rested up like against like a little metal pedestal, like a little like silver metal pedestal, kind of holding it up in the middle of this hutch. Oh shit! As I knock everything over on my desk.
Perfect. Sound in the background is shit.
I'm gonna change the server region because we keep having audio issues. Let's try U.S. East.
Yeah, it happens every now and then. Like I think it might just be like AT&T or something dumb.
Can you hear me okay now?
Way better, yeah. I mean,
Okay,
it's clear, and then sometimes like it just crackles and then out.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, I think might be the Discord server, so I switched us. Okay. All right. So this book is in there on this little pedestal, and you kind of take it out, and the pedestal kind of moves along the glass a little bit, just like, and you're kind of worried it's going to scratch the glass. So you slow down and take a little bit more time to pull this book out of there, and you finally get out of there, and it's a heavy tome.
Hmm. Doesn't make good reading.
Okay. Do you open it?
Not right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and save
It,
it for a little bit later.
it's got gold trim around the edges, and the letters are in gold on the cover, and the cover is otherwise kind of a dark gray.
Okay. I kind of turn it over, look at if they have anything on the back, anything interesting, anything distinguishable.
Um, it just has the author's name on the back, but it's been kind of rubbed off almost.
Mm, okay. Strange. Strange. Definitely gonna give this a read later. Okay, so I'm gonna carefully tuck it away in my little bucket. Make sure that it doesn't get damaged. It's a book, you know.
Okay.
It's pretty. I don't want it to get hurt.
All right. So you stick it in the bucket alongside your pieces of this clock that you destroyed, and you know what? Roll me a stealth check.
Stealthy stealth, stealth. Had to get past the bad saves to get with the new one. Oh yeah. Same.
Yeah, you have a better modifier though. All right, so you are able to put the book in there. Nobody notices. You close the hutch back up, and then where do you go?
uh, I'm gonna go back downstairs just in case anyone sees me up here. I have a feeling I'm not supposed to be here. I know that I'm supposed to be indoors, but there are certain places definitely I'm not supposed to be. That's what I'm gathering. So I want to go back downstairs, and I want to. Oh, I wanna. Oh, what do I want to do? I want to see if there's like a basement. I feel
Okay.
like this place would have a basement,
Okay. All right. So
even
you
though I don't know what a basement is.
roll me
I've
an
never.
investigation check.
All right, all right. Let me make sure I have this lined up correctly. Yeah. Okay, boom.
Okay. All right.
All
So
right.
it takes you a bit of time, probably about an hour, but you're able to finally find a door that's kind of cracked open, and through the crack you can tell that there's steps going downward, and the light kind of dances off the walls in there as it's darker. And what the only light that's down there's got to be some kind of oil lamp.
Okay. All right. Sure, as fuck if I go down those.
Sorry, what did you say?
I say, sure as hell, I'm going down those steps
Oh, okay.
cautiously. I want to make again. I'm being careful.
More audio issues. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So roll me a stealth check again.
Not a problem. Yeah, I'm thinking that like the audio issues are just the internet in general. Wow.
Probably. All right. So you step down one step, and you step down another step, and then you step down a third step, and as it creaks as you step on it. And you don't hear anything though. Nothing happens, but definitely a loud creak echoed throughout this basement area. And you keep going.
Okay.
You keep going down.
Yeah.
Okay, so you step over the creaky step, and then you keep heading down the stairs. Another one kind of creaks, but not as loud. And then you finally get to the bottom, and the lamps down here are lit, but they're kind of spread far apart, so it's kind of dark. But it looks like some kind of cellar with barrels and bottles all over the place on shelves, going up pretty high ceiling for a basement.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And there's oil lamps on the end of every shelf that are lit up, and just lots and lots of drinks down here. That, given the rest of the place, you can pretty much surmise that it's probably something fancy or valuable.
Okay. Um, can can I see how far like it seems to go? Does it seem like there's any like anything like a how do I say
Roll
it?
me
Like
a perception check.
yeah. Perception. Boom.
Okay. All right. So you look around the basement and you don't find anything else. Just lots of wine and barrels. And you found some crates, and one of the crates is open, and you see various knickknacks and stuff in there, kind of collecting dust.
Okay. Can I check out the? Nah, I'm not gonna check out the knickknacks. I feel like this place is a pretty not at all what I was expecting, and decide to just go back upstairs.
Okay. You go back upstairs, and by the way, the basement was like the size of maybe a quarter of the house, so it was like just one big room. It didn't span the whole square footage of the house, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get what you mean. Like it was not like an impressive cellar. It's just one that's there.
Well, it was impressive for a cellar, but not so impressive for a basement.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I get it. All right, perfect. Yeah. So I'm going to. What is it that? I still like basically understand that this was like a Paresh type thing, right?
Sorry, what's the word you used?
Uh, Paresh.
Paresh. I don't know this word.
I forgot how do you say her name? The lady that gate that.
Oh, Piratesh.
Piratesh.
Okay.
Piratesh. Piratesh. There we go. Piratel.
I think that you're at least smart enough to recognize that she's put you in some sort of trance and you're experiencing something that's not normal.
So I'm gonna start trying to recall her name, and I'm gonna do what I just did. Puresh, Puresh.
Piratesh.
What's the point of this? What is the point of me being here?
Oh, interesting. I didn't expect you to try that. Let's see. I can't decide.
I was thinking with my mind. I'm sitting there with my eyes closed, just really
concentrating.
Concentrating.
All right, let's do that. Probably... Let's do a. Is there like a concentration? No. Let's see. What would be the best for concentration? You know what? Let's do an Arcana check.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna roll that out right now.
Holy shit. All right, I guess you were due. Okay, so you get this sensation that that you're definitely like almost in sort of a dreamlike state, and you think extra hard, and you can feel the presence of Piratesh, and you can feel almost like you're like Neo in the Matrix, and you can see the code. And so you're like the walls of, or the illusion of reality is just kind of shattered on you as you really focus on where you are. But then as you stop and you open your eyes, it all kind of comes back into view and then looks pretty realistic again. But you are clearly quite in control of your cognitive faculties while you're undergoing this experience. But you weren't able to communicate with Piratesh.
Okay. Something doesn't seem right here.
And then all of a sudden a door opens behind you as you're wondering what to do next. And this dude from earlier comes out and he just says, "Jax, can you get me the paper?"
What paper is that, sir?
The daily paper. It should be on the front porch. You okay?
Just have a headache.
Something wrong? Yeah, you got it. What? Come here. And he gestures towards you to come to him.
I set down the bucket and I walk towards him.
Okay.
Slowly, cautiously again.
Okay, and he puts his hand up to your head, and then he kind of puts his ear up against your chest, and then he just looks at you and he just says, "Everything all right? You're my favorite one." broke deranged.
I just kind of like gently place my arms around him, pat his back. You're my favorite one too, sir.
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, I'm sorry. Is that too much? Like, I was just giving you a hug, sir. Like,
I'm just making sure you're all right in the head and in the chest. Get the hell away from me. Just because you're my favorite one doesn't mean I won't throw you right back out there.
you're right. You're right. Hey, man. Sorry. Misread the entire situation. Just have a headache. Don't feel that place in here.
Something is wrong with you. Maybe you
Kind
need to
of,
get
yeah.
some sleep. Call it a day.
Sounds like a plan, sir. Thank you so much. Promise tomorrow will be different.
I hope so. And then he turns around and goes back to into this little kitchenette area where he opens up some cabinets and starts pulling out some food.
All right. I take that as my cue to, back away, grab my bucket, and slink off to somewhere where I don't think I'm going to be found by anybody. To read this book.
Okay. All right. Roll me an investigation check since you're looking for some place to be not seen.
Oh, shit.
Nice. Okay, so you find that on either side of this big grand staircase, there are two little, like, under the stairs cubbies. And one of them is, the door is open, and you can see inside that it's empty except for a couple little crates in there and some spider webs. And you surmise that you could probably go in there and close the door and nobody would notice.
All right. I do that.
Okay. You pull yourself in there. Roll me a stealth check.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see here.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Solid
right.
roll.
So you go in there and you click the door closed super quietly. And then it is dark, but you have dark vision, I think. Don't you?
I believe I do, actually.
You should.
Let me double check. Yeah, I feel like...
I feel like it would be stupid for you to not, so even if you don't, I would give it to you. So, yes, you have dark vision.
Yeah, you'd think that Tabaxi would have, like, at least dark vision.
I may just have forgotten to put it on this sheet.
You're good. I'm looking at mine, too. I'm looking to see.
Do you see
Like
it on
the
D&D
original.
Beyond?
Yeah. I'm looking for it.
See my campaigns. Solstice. Keljeon.
Features and traits.
You do. It's on the front page underneath your
Yeah.
passive perception. Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. Okay, perfect.
So good.
Yes.
Yeah, because even if you didn't, though, I was going to give it to you, so it didn't really matter. But anyway, you can see in here, there's enough light kind of coming through the cracks in this door that you're able to see this book.
I'm gonna open it carefully. It looks old. I don't want to hurt it.
Okay, you open it. A little bit of dust comes out and gets into your face. And you cough a little bit.
Like quietly enough that no one can hear it, and be like, "What was that?"
Yeah. It's not that
So,
bad.
open it. I start skimming my, just over it, carefully, looking for anything that might be relevant.
Okay.
Any information.
You open it up, and it just says "A Trader's Guide to the States."
Trader's Guide. That doesn't seem.
And
I don't like where this is going.
And you open it up, and the table of contents shows like a bunch of different categories: travel, trade hubs, trails, and then it has a bunch of different like what's the word I'm looking for? Like psychological stuff on like how you should talk to certain kinds of people to try and trade with them.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the what was the first one that you said? I'm sorry.
I think trade hubs.
Trade hubs. I'm gonna go to trade hubs.
Okay, you open up trade hubs, and you just see Denethil in the center of this map, and it's like this super big looking building, compared to the rest of the icons on the map that are supposedly representing trade hubs, and it's this big forested area, mountainous area. You're in like the valley in the center there, around that big building, and the valley is full of trees, and then there's a kind of a bowl formed of mountains and trails leading through the mountains and stuff. It's not a perfect bowl, kind of maybe more like a C shape, and they lead off to other little buildings that look like the center building but smaller. And it's all just drawn with like icons and lines.
Okay. Okay.
Like a map,
Like a map.
like a drawn map.
Yeah, of course. It's basically giving a good lay of what the land would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it names a bunch of different trade hubs. But the center one is Denethil.
Okay. All right. Um. Does anything stand out to me as something to like further investigate? Probably in the book. Maybe they have it.
The only thing that stands out to you is that the building in the center of that map is outlined with gold.
Okay. Gold map. Gold everything here. I'm assuming that I'm in this place.
Probably a good guess.
This is that spire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, can I keep like just really quick searching it, see if anything stands out about what's going on with my people, like how we came to this point? Or...
So there is a section that's on. Let's see. Under the Trade Hub Index, there is a section on servantry.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a quick look at that one.
Okay, so you flip to the next page beyond the map. There's a couple more maps that are kind of zoomed in around some of these other trade hubs, but then you finally get past those, and you get to the category servantry, and it just talks about useful servants along well-known trade routes, and this one shows a version of that big map, but it shows a bunch of different pictures of races kind of hastily drawn in here, and one of them is clearly a tabaxi, and there are a bunch of tabaxi kind of dotted around this map at various trade hubs, but the highest concentration is definitely at the center. And then it shows Loxodon, and it shows a little picture of what basically looks like an elephant face just next to that one, and there's only a few of those dotted around. Compared to the tabaxi, it's like maybe 10% of the covering of the tabaxi icons on this map. And so they're clearly used less, but they are also rated highly as very useful for travel.
Okay. That is strange. Okay.
As you're reading this book, all of a sudden you start to hear kind of like a moaning sound or something coming through the wall. That you're in this little cubby hole, and you can hear something through the wall.
Okay, I'm gonna like close the book and carefully place my ear against the.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Perception?
Yep. All right, so the most you can glean from the sound is that it's coming from more below you, actually, than from the wall.
Okay. Very strange, very strange. From what I remember of like the layout of the place, can I kind of gather that might have been like in the cellar area, or is this a whole different area that I'm hearing of?
So yeah, you as you think about it, you definitely realize the cellar probably runs sort of underneath the main foyer and underneath that staircase, and so the cubbyhole underneath the staircase would be basically right on top of one of the corners of the cellar.
Okay. I guess I gotta go back to the shelter.
Okay, so you make your way back out. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
Okay, another
I
stealth
wanna
check.
wanna make sure that you know I'm a very stealthy cat. Stealthy. If you're speaking, I can't hear you.
Sorry, got a text from someone.
No, you're
Okay,
good.
stealth check was 21. Okay, so yeah, you're able to make your way through. This place is like mostly empty. You don't run into anybody other than Darren inside here, and you make your way back to the stairwell that goes down to the cellar, and you step on the steps. And this time you remember the squeaky step, and you kind of step over it. And you go down into this cellar, and a couple of the oil lamps have already burnt out or blown out or something. And so it's kind of darker down here, but you're still able to see pretty well with the dark vision. And you hear another moan, another like, oh. It's like from like a distance, like, but it comes from the front, like the back of the cellar, behind a bunch of the shelves. Probably about 10 feet away is the back wall.
Okay. I'm gonna go towards that. Again, I want to try and sneak over there, see if I can, make sure that I'm not caught.
Okay. And we'll just go off your same stealth check for now. And you,
I'm sorry. One more time.
we're just gonna go use the stealth check you already have for now. But I was gonna have you roll me a perception check.
Perception. All right.
Yeah.
Perception.
Okay. Yeah. So as you go up to this back wall, you can hear some rustling around behind this supposedly stone or concrete wall. But then you notice that there are footsteps in the dust on the floor leading up to this wall, and then they kind of just come to a stop.
Okay. I wanna look at the wall, see if there's anything that I could press on, see if any like stones seem kind of out of place.
Okay. Investigation.
Perfect. I always there we go. Fuck yeah!
All right. So as you're trying to feel for bricks, you end up pushing on the wall, and it just kind of slowly starts to spin around, and on like the center axis of a door, and you push it and kind of just you spin it around, and you find yourself on the other side, and it's not a pretty sight. You see fellow tabaxi chained up in here and very famished. You can see their ribs. Several of them chained up against the wall with like shackles on their wrists and on their ankles. And then you see a couple tabaxi skeletons lying around, and it stinks in here really bad.
Okay, I'm gonna survey them, see which one's the most recent occupant. Whoever looks like still pretty all together there.
Okay, so there's one that exhausted looking tabaxi, just kind of basically hanging off the wall in this cellar. But he's not as emaciated as the other two.
Okay, I'm gonna approach him and gently pat him on the arm, not the arm, like on the side, I guess.
Okay, and he kind of just opens his eyes slowly, and he just says, "Are you real?"
That's a difficult question to ask, brother, but I am here. What happened?
Save us. Set us free.
Gladly, but what happened here first? I would like to know.
I don't have the strength to live. I am afraid I won't be around much longer.
Understandable. I want to see if I can like grab the. See if I can find like there's like any weak links in the chain. See if I could probably like break one of his arms free.
Okay, and as you're looking for these links, roll me an investigation check. But in the meantime, he says, "No, leave me. I'm lost."
But you want to be saved.
Oh,
To save you, I must take you.
save us, save Tabaxi. As he kind of breathes out and kind of falls back asleep.
Okay, so he's out for the
Yeah.
count then.
All right, so you roll. That's oh yeah, okay. You're looking for a weak link, and you don't really find a weak link, but you do think that the pins into the brick rock wall basically could be loosened if you were to smack them with something for a while or something, just like a brick or something, if you can find one.
Okay. I'm gonna look for something to break out the pin.
Okay, investigation check. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you can free him. And even if you did, someone's probably going to notice as this place looks well traveled, as you see boot scuffs leading through the doorway and into this room.
I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Can I see if there's any other tabaxi that are cognizant, that are still awake, able to tell me what's going on exactly? I know that we've been enslaved, but maybe one of them can give me an idea of why they've been put here.
Okay. Sure. Let's have you roll for it, because they look pretty exhausted. Go ahead and roll me a charisma check. Actually, it's a main stat. All right, so you go to try and wake the next one, and you just can't seem to get him to come back to reality.
Okay. So I'm gonna guess Darren's like the main show runner here, right? Is what I'm gathering.
Would seem to be a good assumption.
Okay. I want to go look for Darren.
Okay. All right. So you go back upstairs where you last saw him in that little kitchenette, I assume. Uh-oh. Lost you again.
Yeah. Sorry, I was doing like, I guess I didn't pick up on it.
Yeah, no, it did the little fade out thing that it's been doing.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So you go up to the kitchenette. Roll me a perception check.
Perception. Okay.
Okay. You hear, as you don't see him in the kitchenette, but you hear somewhere echoing through the corridors is someone's eating.
Okay. I'm gonna go towards where the sound is coming from.
Okay. As you approach the edge of the room, it's hard to tell with the way it's echoing around, but eventually you turn your ears enough and you're able to kind of gauge the direction it's coming from, and you walk out and you walk into this huge dining room with this huge dining room table and one big chair at the end of it, and you see Darren sitting in it, and this chair is the most ornate thing probably you've seen in this whole place. It's got like gold plates on the side of it, and he is just munching away on a chicken leg, and he's got some vegetables and potatoes and gravy and stuff in front of him.
Is he by himself?
Yes. He's sitting at this huge table that probably seats like 15 people.
Okay. I'm going to... Is he aware of my presence at all?
No, you come in behind him.
Okay. I want to try and knock him out from behind.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and go to your. Let's see. Oh yeah. I guess it would just be an unarmed strike. So just roll me a d20 actually for the attack. Nice. Okay, so that hits. Let's go ahead and have you roll. All right, let's see. What's unarmed strike for a tabaxi? I don't think I have it on here, but I probably have it on Keljeon. Let's see. Keljeon. Aha. 3 bludgeoning damage. So you bludgeon him up the side of the head, and he instantly falls unconscious at the table, just kind of slumps over, his head like a foot away from his plate, as he's just like, he's kind of just like doing that breathe, that super deep inhale, exhale that people do when they get knocked unconscious, just as food is like falling from his mustache.
Perfect. I'm gonna make sure to like try and like scoop him up to take him somewhere that I can question him without being bothered. I'm gonna assume that would be his like room.
Okay, so are you taking him down to the cellar?
Yeah, to the cellar.
Okay, to the tabaxi room?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you take him down there, and he's just he's out of it, but halfway down the stairs, as he's just dunk, 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 as his boots hit the steps, he starts to wake up. He's, where am I? And then you keep dragging him, and then he resists you. Let's see. He manages to break free from you. Well, actually, you know what? You roll me an athletics check. We'll make it a grapple contest.
What's athletics? There it is.
Okay. Yeah, so you are able to hang on to him still, as he's you got him by the armpits basically, and he's kicking now, and he's just like, "You stupid tabaxi, I'll take you outside. You don't know what you're doing."
I know about your dungeon.
And you drag him into this area as you say that, and he sees the tabaxi in there.
Throw him in, like onto his like face first into it.
Okay, roll me another athletics check. Oh shit!
I want him to bust teeth like as he hits the floor.
You throw him in, and he just lands right on his tailbone as his back slams against the back wall, the brick wall, and then his head slams up against it too, and you just kind of hear a as 2 teeth go flying out the front of his face.
Perfect.
And he is totally unconscious.
All right, I'm gonna look for some empty shackles to
You are in luck, as you threw him right into an empty stall, and the shackles
hook his
are right
arms
there.
up on each one up, so I got him completely there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna slap his face a little bit to try and get him to wake up.
Okay, so you slap his face, and he's just gonna like he's just drooling now. He's not waking up at all. It's you knocked him so unconscious that he's probably gonna take a bit to wake up.
Perfect. I'm gonna go upstairs again and gather the food that he had, and come down back where he's at and like distribute the food. I'm gonna try and unlock the others.
Okay.
And then give them the food and tell them to eat slowly.
Okay. So you don't see any keys in the room to unlock them.
I wanna bust on the pins, see if I can like pull them out of the wall.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a athletics
I guess
check.
that would be athletics, because I gotta put my foot on the wall and push and everything.
Like you're trying to pull the pins out of the wall.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They're pretty sturdy. You're not able to. You're not able to
Very
pull them
sturdy.
free.
Okay. Is there any instruments that they might have used to try and torture these people, like a hammer or anything?
No, there's nothing in here but the shackles.
What about the shackles? Okay. You said there were bones, though, right?
Yeah, like basically like Tabaxi who were left in here until they turned to dust.
Okay. Can I? Is there any like femurs, anything that like a thigh bone?
Oh, that's a good
Sturdy?
question. Yeah. Um, yeah, for sure there would be because I described at least a couple sets of bones in my head. So, yeah, you find a femur for sure.
Okay. They use that as like a club to try and knock the pins out of the wall.
Okay, another athletics check.
I'm determined to get these people out of here. Of course. Of fucking course. Wait.
All right, so you swing the femur at these pins, and the femur begins to chip away as this brittle bone starts to kind of fall apart in your hand a little bit. Like for a bone, it's definitely not very sturdy.
Yeah, it's. Hmm. All right. What's another thing I could do here?
There's something obvious you haven't thought of.
Look for a key on Darren.
There you go. Investigation check.
I was thinking, like, it was in my mind that you mentioned it, like, all right, yeah. I look for the key on Darren.
Okay, and you find it. In his breast pocket, you pull out a small ring of keys, and you try it in the lock on the first guy you tried to talk to, and it instantly opens the shackle as he kind of slumps and falls to the floor. He wakes up a little bit, and he just says, What?
This is the one that I was talking to earlier. Right?
Yes.
I go, I brought you some food, brother. Eat it slowly. Do not consume it too quickly. You haven't eaten in a while.
This is a figment.
No, it's real. I promise you.
No. This food you brought, this is a figment. I'm just kidding.
Can you imagine? Be like, but you can still eat it.
No, so he reaches forward, and all he can do is he takes his shaky paw and kind of just dabs it in the mashed potatoes and then the gravy a little bit, and just brings like the smallest morsel to his lips.
Perfect. I go about trying to set the others free as well, except for Darren. Darren can stay there for now.
Darren's kind of he makes a noise as he kind of moves a little bit. He's now more sleeping than unconscious.
Perfect. He's out for right now. Who's So I set about to make them all
Okay. You unlock them all, and they're all just kind of slumped down on the floor. All of them barely able to move. Their muscles just atrophied. Something awful.
Okay. Yeah. Are any of them capable of standing on their own?
No.
No.
Although the one dude that you talked to first, he is now taking bigger morsels of the mashed potatoes, and his eyes are kind of opening up a bit and more, and as he's just like the food is kind of giving him renewed life almost, as he's just like realizing that this is real.
Okay, perfect. The fragmented femur that I had used before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume there's like a chunk that is pretty sharpened, like jagged enough that you could use it as like a stabbing implement.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna slide that to him and say to him, when you're ready, I could use your help.
Very well. And he kind of pulls he sits up more Indian style now, puts the plate on his lap, and just kind of he starts eating at a slightly faster pace, not super fast, like still slow, but he's now awake and actually eating.
Perfect. Perfect. So I turn to Darren, and I'm gonna kind of like sit across from him and reach over and give him a good slap across the face.
Okay. All right. So you slap him across the face, and he's you tabaxi
Yes.
scum jacks.
Yeah.
He just kind of like like one word sentences as he's like coming back to reality.
Yeah. I give him another good slap across the mouth.
Some blood goes flying from his the gums where he lost the teeth.
I wave at him, see if he's cognizant enough to look at me.
He spits through his now missing teeth. He spits like a mixture of spit and blood in your direction, and it comes nowhere close to you. It flies by you. It hits the wall behind you. And he just says, "That's why I think of you, Jax."
Don't worry. I think the same of you. Even lower, I'm not gonna spit on your grave.
You're not gonna get out of here. They will stop you.
Who? Who will stop me?
Tabaxi are inferior animals.
Are we? Are we really? We eat flesh. We are faster than you. Stronger than you.
Only in the physical, not in the mental. That's why we need you for the minds.
But that's why I'm here, and you're there at the moment, is it not? I lulled you into a false sense of security. I found this place by myself.
Pretty smart of you.
More capable
Spend 30 years of your life lulling me into a false sense of security. You're throwing it all away.
I'm sorry, I broke up again.
He said, pretty smart of you then, waiting 30 years of your life to lure me into a false sense of security. You're throwing all that work away.
But I'll still be free. This is not freedom. Working for you 30 years.
He laughs as
Nothing.
like blood and saliva drip out of his mouth a little bit as he kind of coughs too. He's just tabaxi free.
I still have like another part of like the bone that I used, right?
Yeah, the other end of it. It split in half.
I'm gonna stab him in the knee. Just
oh shit. Alright. Okay. Make me an attack roll. Let's roll a D20.
and then yeah.
Oh shit! You stab it right through the knee and right through the cartilage as you feel the kneecap just pop from the muscle. Oh, I'm getting queasy just describing it. And you son of a bitch!
I give it a little twist and I ask him how many people are on the how many like soldiers there are in the area.
More than you'll be able to. Around 30.
30. Okay. And then I counted. Could I recall from how many like people I saw in the mines or whatever, like, or I might have glanced?
There was a line of tabaxi going in and out of this entrance, and only one guard that you could see through the window. So you surmise that there's a lot of tabaxi, probably like 50 plus.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, insurrection! It brews. Okay.
Sorry, I was blowing my nose.
No, you're good. The ideas of rebellion. And I give the bone a good twist again. And I ask him where the enemy store the weapon storehouse is.
Weapon storehouse?
Yeah.
What weapon storehouse? Stop that!
Stop that twist again and jerk it this time. Just twist and jerk, and get it like leveraged in a little bit more.
There's weapons in the shops around the trade hub.
Train hub, okay. Alright, perfect. And I look over to,
I don't understand. You know this already, Jax. What is going on with you?
Hey man, just wanted to make sure. I gotta confirm it from the mouth of the devil himself, can I not?
Ah! He just continues screaming as the bone's still in his knee.
Okay, I turn to the other tabaxi, see how he's doing. Is he like more lively?
Oh yeah, he's like sitting up watching now, like what you're doing as he's shoveling food into his mouth. He's now polishing off the last bits of meat from the bone from the chicken leg.
Perfect. I turn to him. I say to him, "If you do you know where he's speaking of, where the weapons stashes are?" Yeah.
But you should know too.
Oh, I will. I will. I would have you lead me to it so that we can.
I meant.
Well, first we would have to get the others.
I meant you should already know where it is.
Oh. Again, I barely keep track of what's around here, man. I just do my job until now.
I'm not complaining. I'll take you. As he
All right.
spits out a little like split bit of cartilage and then kind of throws the bone on the ground and he stands up and I ain't much, but I'll do what I can.
All right. Perfect. So I'm gonna leave the bone where it is, in his leg.
The name's Red, by the way.
I'm sorry. One more time.
He said his name's Red. Hello?
Yeah. What was the name? One more time. I'm sorry.
The Tabaxi said his name was Red.
Hello, Red. I am Jax, but you could call me Keljeon.
It's nice to meet you, Jax.
Nice to meet you as well, sir.
Or
brother.
Keljeon. Jax is shorter than Keljeon, you know.
You're right. You're right. You know, I didn't think about that. Jax. It's good. I turn back to Darren, and I pull off the other foot shoe and then the sock.
Okay.
And I cram it into his mouth. The sock into his mouth.
Okay. You'll never get away with that. You stuff it into his mouth.
Make sure it gets in there nice and, you know.
Roll me a performance check. Let's do a dexterity check.
Let's do it. That's on the main one.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so you stuff it in there real fast, and he tries to bite down on your toes as you stick him in there, and he's not able to. As you stuff so much into his mouth so fast that he can't even bite down anymore.
Perfect. And then I'm gonna like real quick just rip off like a piece of his shirt, and tie it around his mouth so that it keeps it in there so he can't spit it out.
Okay.
All right. Now that that's taken care of, Red.
Yes.
I want you to lead me to the weapons storehouse, and then I want you to help me try and take as much weapons as we can, and try to give them out to the other Tabaxi. Anyone that's capable to fight has to have a weapon.
So, before we continue,
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I had it from 8 to 10, but I don't have anyone else after you or anything like that, so we can go longer, but only if you can.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right.
I just want to see the fruition of a rebellion.
Yeah, yeah. So there's some events obviously that I'll have to accelerate if you have a hard deadline, but if not, then we're fine.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good as long as you are. I mean, I could go to 12:30 at least.
Okay.
On my time. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. And then what was I saying?
So
right.
We got weapons, some swords.
Swords. If possible daggers, anything that could be used needs to be used.
Very well. I think there's some bows up there as well.
Bows work perfectly.
He turns around and grabs the last little morsel of potatoes off the plate, stuffs them in his mouth, and he's like, all right, this way.
I turn to the others that, are still emaciated and all that, and I tell them, just stay here. We'll come back for you.
And one of them's kind of awake now, kind of listening, and he just manages to utter, thank you.
For no worries. There's no need to thank me. This is what's right.
You're a good person.
I don't say anything to that. I just kind of like, tip my head and obviously contemplating the idea of being good when using violence, but say nothing of it and just, steal away into the night with Red to try and find the...
Okay. All right, so he walks you up to the front door and he just says, this is going to be tricky because there's guards out there, and he points out and there's this human guard walking by, and then he meets up with two others, and they're all kind of talking for a sec amongst themselves, and then two of them split off and another one goes off a different direction. They all have some sort of implement. One of them has a flail, the other one has a sword, and they have like haphazard armor, like not full armor sets, just like whatever. It's almost like just like Fallout style, like whatever they could find and patch together. So some of them have some leg things that they've crafted. Some of them have some chest plate, and then their weapons are equally haphazard.
Are like, is that like neck protected at all, or?
So one of them has a full chest plate and a helmet of like a suit of knight's armor, basically. But the other ones have nothing on their heads, or necks.
Okay.
And they're just kind of roaming around the trade hub. And the trade hub being this whole area in the circle of trees with this big mansion in the center, and then you're noticing now as you look out the front door a bunch of like little shacks, like marketplace style shacks, and there's you see a lot of the humans scattered around out there, the patrons, the people that were coming to pay money to be here and trade and stuff.
Okay. And from what I remember, I'm trying to think of, do I want to go straight for the weapons, or if I want to go to get the miners that I saw?
That is up to you. The miners, so as you go out the front door, the miners will be to your left. In fact, this might be a good time for me to get out a map. Give me a second so I can start drawing. Come on, game, you can do it. I believe in you. There we go.
I don't need your belief. I will do as I please.
My wife texts me, I can't navigate Hulu without the remote that was made for the TV, because we lost our remote to our Samsung TV, and all we have is this Samsung app on our phones so we can control it. But apparently, when she gets into the Hulu app, it won't work with the Samsung remote app. So, but we have an Apple TV connected to it, so I'm like, use the Apple TV, and that we don't have an Apple TV remote either. We just also have the Apple TV remote app on our phones.
Oh no! Comedy of errors, bro.
It's just funny. Okay, I'm gonna share this map with you in the chat here.
New image.
And then Jax, there you are. Can you see this map?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's do this. The mansion is about right here. And the mine is about right here. So there's like this boulder outline. And you can just kind of see these boulders here that are kind of holding open this mine shaft, and the rest in here is black. So I'm going to draw a squiggle That's the inside of the mine. So you can see. Sorry, what?
Just laughing because I just saw this squiggle appear. Just
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like as you go out the front door, you have to go to your left, and then here's the mine, and then there's just basically, oops, there's like a little mine track that's coming out of the mine like this.
okay.
And then there's a bunch of tabaxi all around there. Um, let's see, I'll draw little circles, and I'll make them yellow. So there's a bunch of tabaxi that are kind of just working this line, going in and out, hauling stuff out, and then filling a cart right there in the middle. And then there's some tabaxi on this side that are taking the stuff from the carts, and they're like going this way with it to like load up some of the patrons' wagons and some crates and stuff like that. And then these guys keep going inside and then back out to fill the carts here. And then these guys keep going up, back up to basically just kind of an assembly line sort of formation. And then we've got,
all right.
I'll use blue for human. There's a guard over here that keeps shouting at them periodically, keeping them awake.
I'm sorry, what was that one more time?
Then that blue circle is a human guard that's just standing there watching them and shouting at them every once in a while.
Okay, and
these are the trees basically everywhere.
the trees.
Yeah.
I'm the Lorax and I speak for the trees. I'm just weird. Don't worry about it.
You can see this mansion is tucked into the trees back here.
Very neatly. Very neatly.
Yeah. And then let me go back to black here. And then throughout the hub here are little buildings. So there's actually one right here, this little merchant shack. And then there's one over here and one over here. And then the big parking lot area I described is out here. And I can get more tiles.
Okay.
So I think that's good enough for now, though. So you and your buddy that is now next to you, Red, you guys are both standing at the front door and contemplating going out.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's best to try and get all the mining tobacco out first towards the shack to overpower the guards. They wouldn't expect it.
Okay.
And then we could take everything at once in a surge. So, Red, I'm going to try and take out the guard. I explained to him the situation because he obviously doesn't know, right? He's
okay. Sorry, which guard are you going to take out? This one or the one way over here?
I'm gonna try. And wait, this one over. Hold on, I'm trying to do the line thing myself.
Just hold both mouse buttons down.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Draw. Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. I can do it. I swear. Wait. No. Draw. Nope.
If you just hold both mouse buttons down and drag, you should get an arrow like this one.
Because I'm doing it from my laptop, so I don't think it's
working. Well then just right click and go to pointers and then draw arrow and then you can drag with just the left click.
Okay. So I'm going to try and take this one out. And he's by himself, correct?
Yes.
And did you say he had a full knight's thing?
That's the one that has the full head, yeah, the helmet and the chest piece. The other one that you can see is over here, and he does not have anything on his neck. And then there was a female guard that walked off somewhere that direction that you can't see. And then there's this one dude that's been over here the whole time, just kind of harassing the Tabaxi workers. And he's not patrolling like the other three are. But he also doesn't have anything covering his neck.
Okay. So, I mean, Hmm. It's all depending on the rules, really. You know what? I'm gonna go for the one overlooking the other tabaxi.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to try and sneak up on them and, tear it, fucking.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Or did I want to go? Hold on. I'm thinking. Do I want to go for the terror aspect where they see one of their dudes getting their throat torn out between with my claws, or take him out stealthily so that not to raise the alarm just yet? Stealth, because you know what? It gives them time to flee and then also get reinforcements. Stealth it is.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Do you mind if I real quick just go use the bathroom?
Go ahead.
I'll be right back.
We can take a quick break. I'll take one too, actually.
Yeah, because I gotta get some water and then I'll be right back.
Okay. Me too.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Yep.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Your guards now have tokens.
Perfect.
So you are free to do what you will. Red is standing by.
So, I am going to. I instruct Red to wait for my signal, which I clearly indicate to him would be like a two-fingered wave or two. What do cats have fingers? Do big cats have fingers?
Like a two-toed wave.
Yeah, I
So
held up my
cats don't
paw
have
and
fingers, but I'm guessing
two
tabaxi do. Hello?
Yeah, I guess seeing like they have like digitized fingers at least. So
I would think so, yeah.
yeah, he would see me like quick, give a two-fingered, wave when I want him to move in.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and sneak up towards. Hold on, this one, that guard right there.
Ah, okay.
I want to try and sneak up on them to take them out. See if I can grab their weapon.
Okay. All right, roll me a stealth check and a perception check.
Okay. So I could do like a 2d20. No, I want to do that. No, I know what I'll do. Okay, stealth first, or perception first. I want to see what's around.
Okay.
Perception. Sorry, that didn't work. Hold on.
Okay.
That
Nice.
pretty good roll, I think.
All right, and then a stealth check.
Give me one moment here. Stealth.
All right. So you look around and you eventually see these two guards over here start patrolling. And they meet up right here in the middle and they start talking again. And then you notice as the third patrol guard comes out here and is kind of headed towards them. But he's got his eyes set on them, and they're all congregating for a second. And you use that opportunity to slip out the door, and you slip around the front of the mansion here, and you are now able to get onto the side over here, and just behind the mines here, and he can't see you. So around you, basically this way is trees, and then there's it kind of goes uphill. This is like a hill basically, and the mine is into the side of the hill, and so the trees are growing on the hill. So you can go up the hill and over the mine entrance, and come down and be in the trees behind that guy, or you can step out there and be seen by all the tabaxi, and possibly the guard himself.
I'm gonna go up and around, try and come up behind him because I mean, if they find the dead body, also it could really fuck with things. So I wanna do. Hold on, I got a pointer. No, hold on, pointers, and then draw arrow. Yeah, I'm gonna go up this way and come around the other way. Like I don't
Okay.
know if that make yeah.
All right, so yeah, you don't need to roll for that. We'll take your original stealth. It's fine. You make your way around. You're now in the trees, very nimbly and stealthily. You've made your way through the trees, and you now see this guy. You can see him from behind, basically, and he's just shouting at these tabaxi as they're going back and forth in front of him, and just like, y'all are slow as hell today. He just keeps degrading them every time they come by.
Perfect. So I'm gonna sneak up on him, and then. Well, wait. Do I see if he has any other like? Does he have like a dagger or anything that I could? Or is it
He
just the
does.
one sword, the dagger?
Nope. He has a sword that he's now leaned up against the cart that's here at the end, and he has a dagger on his hip, and he's kind of just got one hand on the sword as it's kind of poked into the ground near the cart there, and he's just kind of leaning on it, like he's not treating that sword with respect at all, as he's dragging it through the rocks and dirt and shit.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't know what it's how to use it. Disgraceful. Yeah. Okay. So I want to see if I can like sneak up on him enough that I could grab his dagger and then use
Okay.
it on him.
Stealth check and sleight of hand check.
Okay. I'll do stealth first, obviously,
Nice. Okay.
and then sleight of hand. Wait, did that roll? There it is. Yeah. There it
All
is.
right, so you easily make your way up behind this guy. Not even the tabaxi notice you coming as you just creep from the trees. And then you go to reach for his dagger, and he turns just in time for you to grab basically the front of his belt instead of his dagger. And then he turns and he's just like, what? You have a
And
split
then
second to react as he's surprised. So it's two-person combat, so I'm just going to not even bother with initiative. But basically, you go first because you surprised him.
I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try and take a chomp out of his neck. Like
Oh, okay.
right over his throat, like windpipe. Just
All right. Let me see here. You have...
I know it doesn't. I don't think
Oh,
it
that's
has a
right. This is
bite.
what you add. You would talk to me about this, about adding
Yeah,
it. Let's just make it be about the same damage as claws. So we'll just
yeah.
roll it like claws. So roll a d20 plus 5.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's look at this guy's AC. Hold on. That is a miss, sir.
Fucking really? Fucking really?
Yep.
That
So
makes
you go to
sense.
bite him, and he kind of moves his head out and is like, "What in what in bloody hell?" And he steps back like half a foot, a little bit, not like actually like trying to move away, but just to dodge you. And he just looks super surprised as he takes the dagger from his hip and tries to attack you with it. So hold on here. How do I give this guy? Let's see. Do you have a dagger on you? That'll just make it quick and easy if you do. Perfect. Dagger. D20 plus 5. All right.
Gotta love daggers.
11. What is Jax's AC?
12.
Ooh. All right. So you manage to dodge out of the way as he tries to jab you with that dagger. And then it is your turn again.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and grab his arm and like try to make it shove it up into his own underneath his jaw.
Okay.
Like right into like the
Yeah.
into the base of his
Skull.
skull. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Roll a d20 plus 5. Oh, you're trying to take the dagger from him too, right? To do this?
Yeah, just using his own arm. Like
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
that makes sense. Like you like
Yeah, no, that does
slam
make
on his
more
elbow and
sense.
yeah. Just
I guess that would be a kind of grapple. So let's have you roll athletics, and then he will roll dex or acrobatics to resist. Let's see his dex strength. Okay, so he will try to resist with.
I don't think he gets much resistance.
Oh, whoops! I rolled a save. Okay, 11. What was yours?
D20. Like
Oh
straight
shit!
20.
I didn't even notice. All right, yeah. So you,
I don't think he gets save.
yeah, yeah. You take his arm and his hand, and you shove that dagger right up into his throat, under his chin, into his skull, and just as he falls flat on his back, and he is
Perfect.
toast.
He dead. He dead as fuck.
Do you take the dagger back out?
Yeah, I take it out real quick, clean.
Okay. And you look up and you notice two tabaxi standing over here, just kind of looking like with their eyes wide open and their jaw dropped. And one of them is just like, do you know what you just did?
Yes, I do.
We want nothing to do with this. You're going to get us killed.
You'll die anyways. Might as well die fighting.
And they kind of look at each other and they look around. Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Fuck. So this badass tabaxi, they know well as the basically Darren's pet tabaxi, has just stepped out of the trees and slaughtered the guard that's been harassing them all day in cold blood. And you're just like, help me. And they're like, yes! As these two run over to you, and then they catch the eye of the others over here. And pretty soon you are surrounded by about 8 tabaxi, all just like, Jax! 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 As they're like just kind of chanting your name. Like,
And I quickly, like, tell them to bring it down, to hush down, And then I redirect our focus to the other guards and tell them that we have to take them down. And then I hand one my dagger, and I offer the sword and say we're gonna take the storehouse of the weapons.
okay. Just give us the word, Jax. And they're all just like kind of now quietly chanting as they're waiting for you to give the word.
And I look over at Red and I give the signal, the two-fingered, salute for him to be ready.
Okay, and he nods.
And then I turn to the others and I say, we're gonna take them. We're gonna take the storehouse. And any of you who know how to use a bow, grab the bows and take the highland.
What'll do, Jax? And then they just start dispersing every which way over here, just like. And this shack over here has a bunch of weapons, and they run up and they're just pulling weapons out of this thing, and then these guards catch the attention. They're like, "What in the hell?" And they come running, and this one's swinging this flail, and this guy's bringing his like short sword, and this third guy is coming with a long sword, and they're just like swinging and fighting you guys. Are you engaging any of them specifically?
I'm gonna engage the one with the flail because that's the closest to the warhammer.
Okay,
so I want that.
All right, so that's Patrol Guard 2. Okay, so you run up there, and so tell me how you approach Patrol Guard 2, because he's got so there's a crowd of. Let me get the pen out. Let's see, yellow. Okay, circles. Okay, so there is a bunch of tabaxi here. So you got like 6 of them here, and then 2 of them have run past and gone off this way. And so these guys are about to engage these 6. Do you just come up through the crowd right up to Patrol Guard 2?
Yeah, I book it through him and just like straight towards him.
Okay. And feel free to move your token anytime too. By the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry about that.
No, you don't have to. I'm just letting you know that you can, in case you forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you run up through them, and immediately you pop out of the crowd, and Patrol Guard 2 is just taking a swing at someone there, and you are free to take an initial action.
I want to try and take him to the ground. Like I'm running at
Like
him, and I
grapple
want
him
to
to the
like
ground?
try. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going like spear heading him like towards the waist to like grab him and like throw him to the floor.
Okay, athletics check.
Perfect. Yo, and the athletics check is always fucking up.
All right, so you go to grapple him, and he throws you off, and then he goes to take a swing at you with his flail. Let's see. I wish I knew how to easily give this guy a flail. It's not like a character sheet where I can just drag it into the items.
Yeah.
Screw it. We'll just run it with the same mechanics as this here. Let's see. Okay, he's going to target you and make a melee weapon attack. That hits. And then 1d8 plus this is going to be bludgeoning damage rather than slashing damage. And he manages to smack you right in your side with the flail pretty hard. As you take a huge gash to the side, just oof.
Yeah. It's like yeah.
Okay, and then
go ahead.
No, your turn.
I'm sorry. What was that?
It's your turn.
Okay. Has he been able to like pull back the flail, like pull it back from the attack or whatever, to spin it up again for another?
Oh yeah. He's definitely winding up for another blow.
Okay. I'm going to. What am I gonna do? I'm going to go ahead and take a swing at his head, because it's like with my claws bared, take a swipe at his face.
All right, let's do the claws attack then. So that's a D20 plus 5.
Plus 5, D20.
All right, so you go to swipe at the guy, and then you miss, and he kind of just dodges, aha, and then he takes another shot at you with his flail. Let's see. Okay, and then I think we did the longsword, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you did the longsword.
Okay, I think it's pretty equivalent. All right, and he manages to hit you with it.
Yes, he does.
For 3 more damage. He hits you right in that same wound, and ugh, you can just feel it's just hurting so bad that you can't help but baby it.
Yep, I'm like
Okay, and then as you after after you take some damage, the 2 tabaxi behind you kind of push their way up next to you to help. And the 4th and the 5th one are trying to hold off these other 2, and these 2 take slash at Patrol Guard 2, and the first guy. Let's see, what was their armor class? So yep, that's a miss. So he tries to slash at that first guy, and then the second one. All right, this guy. Let's see. Oh yeah, his AC's lower. Duh. Okay. This one does hit, and so he takes 1d4 plus 2, 6 damage. And as is they slice down his face and down the side of his neck, and he's bleeding pretty bad as he kind of has to take the hand that is holding the flail, and he kind of holds it up against his neck like to hold back the flow of blood. And then let's see, he hit you, and then your turn again.
I'm gonna steal their flail, and that one's already incapacitated. I don't feel he's much of a threat at the moment. He's got to hold his neck. If he takes it away, he bleeds out. So I'm gonna turn my attention to Patrol Guard 3.
Okay. Yep, and this guy just has an actual longsword.
Okay. Does he see me at all, or?
So yeah, I mean he sees all of you. So are you running towards him?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and close the distance between us as quick as possible.
Yeah, then he definitely sees you coming.
Okay, and then I'm going to, with the flail, take while I'm running towards him, swing flip, rolling it up, ready to get the
wind up,
the damage going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the winding going as I'm going after him to take a swing at him, try and land it right into his chest cavity.
Okay, D20 plus 5. Nice. That hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Which would be D8, right?
Yes. 1D8 plus 2, I think it was. Let me get this open again.
Which was a D8 again? I forgot.
It's the double-sided pyramid.
There.
Yeah, 1D8 plus 2. All right. So you hit this guy in the chest, and he takes 3 damage. Let me. That was Patrol Guard 3, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then this guy is Patrol Guard 2, and he took how much? 6. That's right. Okay. All right, and then Patrol Guard 3 and 1. Okay. These guys. This one's still engaged with a different tabaxi. All right. So it is his turn to swing at you, I believe. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He swings his sword and misses as he kind of swipes and cuts through the air.
Perfect.
All right. And then let's do these other guys again. Nice. All right. And that's the claws are what? 1d4 plus 2, I think. Yep. All right, so that guy oh shit, that guy's dead. So they slice at this guy who's already holding his neck again, and he is a goner.
He dead as fuck.
Oh, come on, delete him. There we go. All right, and then it is your turn.
Okay. At the Patrol Guard, I'm gonna swing the flail again this time. Again towards the chest. No, towards his leg. I wanna do it at his leg, right at the knee. Just swing it at it.
D20 plus 5. Nice. All right, so you definitely hit him. You sweep the leg. Let's see how much damage. 1d8 plus 2. Nice. All right, so Patrol Guard 3. All right, so you sweep the leg, and he immediately falls prone and is now on the ground, and his leg is severely damaged.
Okay, I'm gonna, and when he's prone, he's open to an attack, right? That's no.
You do get advantage on melee attacks while he's prone.
Okay, cool. But yeah, it's his turn now, right?
Yes, it is. Sorry,
okay.
I keep having to blow my nose.
Just want to make sure.
Getting sick.
No, I know how it is.
I don't feel that bad yet, but I definitely have a runny nose. Okay, so he's the one with the long sword. That's right. Let's get his attack going. Oh, did I double click that? Oh, because he's prone. He had disadvantage on a melee attack. Duh. Okay, so he misses.
Perfect. And then it's my turn again. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so while he's on the ground, I'm not gonna try and swing the. No, I am. Mace to the face.
Okay.
Flail to the face.
All right, and this guy's still engaged with these guys. There we go. All right, that definitely hits. Roll your damage.
Oh wait, hold on. I had to press +2. My bad. Well, just add
It's
the +2
fine.
to it.
Yeah,
It would be
no,
8.
he's dead.
Yeah.
Describe how he dies.
I just swing it and I do it like from the right side to the left, and I just clean like smash the face open. Blood goes splurting out towards the weapon shack.
Okay.
Like that way. Basically, where the head would be, it's gone. It's just
Gotcha. Okay.
out.
So his head goes flying, blood everywhere. His head flies through the air, spinning, and blood kind of sprays off of it in like a kind of a fan shape, like when you throw a wet tennis ball. All right. And then you turn around just in time to watch Patrol Guard 1 whoosh, get sliced across the throat by one of your fellow tabaxi, and as he just falls to the slumps to the ground.
On my face as it happens.
And there are no more guards around, but you do see out here in the marketplace a bunch of shocked patrons. Most of them have fled, but there are several of them standing there just kind of frozen with shock. And just as you're looking at them, did you want to say anything to them? They're about this far away.
I tell them, take up arms, you die. You're free to go you're free to leave if you don't want to die.
And just as you say that, they've suddenly like kind of come back to reality, and they turn around and they start running. And as they do, there's a far tree line off this direction, way on the other side of the parking lot. And you suddenly see across the tree line this huge structure rise up over the trees, this big silhouette. And then it steps forward. The whole ground shaking like some sort of earthquake. And then it kind of drops down onto its arms like it's almost like just like a big mech. And it drops down onto its arms over the tree line. Like the tree line runs underneath now his stomach, basically, as he's kind of crouched over these trees. And then these compartments on the arms open. And a shitload of machines just kind of come unhinged out of these compartments. And they're just like razor blades the size of like giant wheels of cable like you see in a warehouse. So they're like bigger than a humanoid, but not super huge, as these kind of just spinning saw blades come out. One of them tears through the parking lot and tears through a bunch of the fleeing patrons. Just grinds them into blood and guts and shreds its way across the parking lot and then this particular machine starts heading towards you.
Okay. I'm gonna, yell to everyone to make a run into the mines.
Into the mines, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So do you also run into the mines?
Yeah. I'm gonna yell it and then turn and start making my way so they know where I'm speaking of. They know where the mines are, but in case they need the incentive to run.
Okay, so you let out a big run for the mines.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so they immediately start running towards the mines as these machines come barreling across the parking lot. You run down into the mines, and you round the corner, and then you kind of see the light skittering around on the wall as these machines roll back and forth out in front of the mine shaft there. And then you kind of hear one start to head towards you. It's slowed down now. It's not shredding. It's like kind of looking around, investigating. And you just kind of hear this like, as it's transformed from a wheel into some kind of sort of like spider-like shape, like a four-legged spider.
Okay.
Sort of like,
And
like a scarab.
It's in the mine with us, right?
Yeah, it's like shrunk down in shape and kind of become this little like, kind of the size of a big dog now.
Okay. Can I, from what looking at it, can I see anything that might be of a weakness in it? Like, does its legs look kind of like if I take one out, like it wouldn't be too mobile?
It does look like he needs the legs to move around in here, at least in the current form that he's in. And you do see these like red lights all along some of the nooks and crannies of this machine. Like it's a very odd looking machine, as it's almost like it's put together out of like Legos or something. And you just see like random red lights kind of jetting out, and then you see one big red light that's kind of sweeping. It's coming from its like makeshift head. That's kind of sweeping around.
Okay. I want to try and like sneak up on it so I can take out that big red light that I'm noticing.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check. And then what are you doing to do? Try to just punch it, stab it, grapple it?
I'm gonna use a mace to like
Try to
come
hit the
down
light?
and smash it in, yeah.
Okay, so you are able to creep up around the corner. You've watched the pattern as it sweeps back and forth, and just as it sweeps away from the direction you are at, you jump out in front of it and you swing your flail. Go ahead and roll a d20 plus 5. All right, and
All this stuff for nothing.
your flail flies right in front of this red light, and this thing immediately turns and locks onto you. Target identified. It says in this weird monotone voice, and then it starts running towards you. Do you flee?
Yeah, I want to try and like escape into the shadows.
Okay. All right. So roll me a acrobatics check and a stealth check.
Okay, acrobatics first. Swear to God, it's better. Okay. Yes.
Nice. Okay.
And stealth, you said, right?
Yep. So you are able to outrun it.
Fuck
And
yeah.
you're able to run into the shadows, and it loses track of you. It runs down to a T-junction here in the mine, and then it doesn't know which way to go at this point. And it kind of looks down one corridor, looks down the other, as it kind of moves through the corridor, and it chooses to go left, and you happen to go right. So now it is walking away from you down the opposite corridor.
I'm gonna try it again. But are there any other tabaxi that are with me? Like,
Yeah, they're all kind of ahead of you, just kind of waiting in the shadows. One of them even says, "Jax, don't try it."
Okay, now I'm kind of curious. I kind of like sneak over to him and be like, "What is that?"
You sneak over to the tabaxi.
Yeah.
Oh, how should I know?
But you said not to try it. We
Well,
gotta make sure.
Did you see what they did to those people, to those humans?
Well, again, better to die fighting than to die in servitude. You want to try and help me? You distracted, and I come up and smash
the only way you're going to stand a chance is if we all do it, right? Right. And they all start just kind of grouping around you, and just give us the word, Jax.
Okay. I'm gonna go for what looks like its main head area. You guys take out the legs. If we could take out his mobility, we have a better chance.
Right.
All right. So I'm gonna go and try to sneak up on it again.
Okay. Roll a stealth check. Okay, so it's making a lot of noise, and so it doesn't really hear you coming up behind it, even though you weren't as quiet as you thought, as you were hoping to be. But it's just kind of... So it's not really hearing a ton of noise, and you're able to get up behind it.
Okay, and then the other tabacs are like kind of like take positions around it too, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're right behind you. They've all crept up behind you.
Okay, I tell them to like I use both of my hands to signal to like spread out around it.
Okay.
And then
All right, and then they kind of spread out to the sides, and I'll just roll one stealth check for all of them. Okay, they're able to successfully get around the sides of it without being seen. Kind of just out of its vision as it's still slowly patrolling.
And then what did I do?
Roll me a perception check real fast.
Yeah. Perception. We're gonna get fucked. No, we're not.
Okay, so you are focused on this one, but you now hear multiple coming from the behind you, from behind where you guys came from, basically. So more have entered the mine, basically, at least a couple, and you just hear as they kind of come marching down.
Okay. Can I tell how far they are? Like how much time we have? Like...
Yeah, they sound like they're still around the T-junction, around where you guys first entered the mine.
Okay, so I guess I give it a signal, and then we like to all like try to jump at it together to attack it.
Okay. All right, so you give the signal, and go ahead and roll an athletics check with advantage. Are you just trying to grapple it, by the way?
No, I want to try and like smash the head in with the flail, and then have them like take out the legs.
Okay. Then roll me a d20 plus 5. Okay, your flail connects with the head. Roll me some damage. D8 plus 2.
And then D8 plus 2.
Okay, and that's just enough to cave in the side of this dog's head as it loses its balance. The lights start flickering, and then just it kind of crashes down, and the lights dim, but they don't go off. And it tries to twitch.
Repeat that one more time. It died out.
The lights dim, but they don't turn off as it kind of slumps over, kind of tips over on its side, and then it just like, kind of twitches a little bit, like it's trying to move things, but it's not fully working.
Okay, I'm sorry. Repeat it one more time because it died out.
Damn, fucking Discord.
No.
It's all right. It tipped over. The lights went dim, but they're not off. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's just kind of twitching as it's trying to move its limbs, but its caved-in head is not functioning.
For good measure, I'm gonna take another swing at the head to smash it in for good.
Okay, d20 plus 5 with advantage.
Advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's basically prone. Nice. Okay, that connects.
And then d20 plus 2. 8 plus 2.
Okay, and that finishes off. Its head just kind of sparks and sputters, and the lights go off all the way. And then it stops twitching.
Perfect. And then I signal for the others to try and pick it up and move it out of the way and get back into the shadows to hide while the other ones don't find it.
Okay, they do so, and they kind of slink back into the shadows. And just as you guys do, these two other little dog-looking units come walking by, and then two more come walking by, and then two more, and they're all heading down this corridor, and now they're scanning, and then the last two turn your guys' direction.
Okay. I'm gonna stand perfectly still, see to try and do they notice us, or are they just looking at it,
They're looking down the corridor you're down, but they have not noticed you yet.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stand perfectly still, to avoid, like, to see if they just keep moving on.
Okay. One of the dogs turns, and its real head just and illuminates you with the red light. Target identified, and the twos just jump for you immediately. And oh shit! All right, so the second one grabs your arm and kind of slams it against the wall and tries to hold you in place. And just as you think you might be about to resist it, the other one uses its full body to pin you against the wall of the cave, and then it just starts like transforming, like Transformers style, into like this almost cage, and kind of cages you against the wall. And then this little drill comes out of this just this little compartment on this machine, and it just comes right towards your face and right towards your eye. It drills through your eye, and your eye just the pain is tremendous as it drills into you. And just as you think you're about to die, as you've now lost an eye and your brain is right behind, the machine gets ripped away from the wall and thrown against the other wall, and then the other machine tries to jump in, but it also gets thrown against the wall as this larger machine that is emitting green lights instead of red tears them off of there, and just says, "Follow me."
Okay. I just kind of like holding my eye, like, all right.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Can't get any worse than this.
DC 13. Oh my god. Alright, the loss of blood, the loss of an eye, you're exhausted, and it just all overwhelms you, and you pass out. And the last glimpses you have are of this green light coming down to grab you, and it picks you up. And the next thing you know, you have woken up, and you are in some kind of medical bay. And you open your eyes, and you looked up, and you see a white ceiling and a very bright white light ahead above you. You're laying on your back on some sort of medical table.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel around my eye, see if I still have it or if it's gone.
So you feel the eye, and your right eye is still there, but your left eye has a patch over it, so you can't tell if it's there or not. It has like bandages over it.
This is fun.
And you realize you've got some kind of gown on, some sort of cloth gown.
Right. I look down. This is not what I normally wear, I say to myself, and kind of sit up slowly because it hurts. My side hurts.
Yeah, you can sit up.
Fashion.
You sit up, and you see a very odd looking person, humanoid, across the room, kind of dressed up in basically with what we would call like scrubs and like a mask and stuff, and she's just kind of fiddling with something with her back to you. You can't see what she's got.
Okay. Do I want to?
Oh, and she has orange glowing skin, by the way. I should mention that.
All right. I won't try to fight this. I just kind of like clear my throat so she sees that I'm awake now. Loud.
Okay. All right. So you do that, and she turns around and she says, "Oh, you're awake." And she comes running up to you, and you kind of get more of a look at her facial features and stuff, and she's glowing almost like with embers, and like her hair almost looks like it's on fire, and she kind of puts a hand down to you, and despite the fact that she looks almost molten, she just feels warm. So it's not like overly hot or anything. As she touches your arm, And she just says, "How are you feeling?"
Like I just got my shit pushed, but feeling pretty good.
And she just says, "Good, good, good. The new eye should be ready for you soon."
Who are you?
I'm a genasi. Have you ever met a genasi before?
No. No, I haven't.
Well, okay. I don't know how to. Do you know? Let's find common ground here. Do you know what a planet is?
I've heard of them. Well, I've read them, of them.
Do you know? Do you know where you live is a large planet in a vast emptiness? Is that comprehensible to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yes. We, the Genasi, are a much more advanced race, and we are saving you from an invasion.
Oh, okay. All
Many
right.
of your fellow Tabaxi are here, several hundred in fact, and we are relocating you, along with the humans.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we're gonna be in a whole new area.
Yes, yes. Your planet Krelix is overrun by cryptex.
Cryptex. I'm gonna guess that's what attacked me after I.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's a long story. But suffice it to say, your planet is gone. And we're here to save you and preserve your race. You get to be the founding member of the last of the Tabaxi race.
Oh shit. Okay. That's a lot. That's a big responsibility.
Indeed.
But I'm down for that. That sounds like a good idea.
And then she just says, you hear like a ding, like a microwave ding, like ding. And then she turns and she opens up this like little container, and inside is this like perfectly like fabricated organic eye. And she pulls it out. She puts these gloves on and she pulls it out, and then she very carefully holds it and she puts it in this little like gun looking thing, and she puts it in like the little optic nerve on the back. She tucks that into the gun there, and then tucks the eyeball down into it. And then she says, she pulls the bandage back, and then she pushes this thing up against your eye socket, and she says, "Brace yourself. This is going to be uncomfortable."
Oh, great. All right.
Okay, and then she pulls the trigger. It's like chunk, and it just like almost just like injects this eyeball into the eye socket, and then suddenly you can see, and the pain is gone.
Okay. I kind of rub my eye.
You rub it, and you feel you pull your hand away after rubbing it, and you got like this weird like ooze on your fingers, this like yellow amberish ooze.
Okay. I look at it. I'm like, I go sniff it a little bit. Like,
oh, that's just healing salve. We have to include that to deaden the nerves while we install the new eye.
Explains why I wasn't screaming.
Yeah, the pain should not have been too bad, although it is still uncomfortable.
Yeah, it felt like there was a lot of pressure, and then I can see again. So thank you.
Good. Can you see equally well out of both eyes?
I close one eye, open the other, in a series, and I'm like, yeah, kind of, yeah. It's still a little blurry, but I guess I'll get used to it.
Great. Well, lie back on the bed there for me, please.
Okay, I slowly do it. I'm still kind of like wary.
Okay, so and then as you lay back, she pulls out like this remote control that's like on her hip, this little like touch screen smart device looking thing, and she taps a button on it, and she just says, "Have a nice trip, enjoy the rest of your life." And then this shell forms over the bed, and you're like in this little like egg-shaped pod, and then the floor opens up beneath you, and immediately this thing just falls out of the sky, and you just and it's this clear, the shell is clear, so you can clearly see, and you can see a huge, vast valley of mountains and waterfalls and lakes, and there's snowy regions, and there's desert regions and jungle regions, and just a variety of biomes down below you on the surface of wherever you're landing. And then in front of you, you're blinded if you look straight forward by the huge brightness of the sun that's just right there in front of you, and just your little pod hits the ground. But surprisingly, you've experienced very little inertia from inside the pod. It just looked terrifying, but you don't really experience any inertia in there, so the impact does not harm you. And then the shell just pops off this little egg pod, and you step out and you watch as tons of egg pods fall from the sky and just hit the ground in front of you, just embedding themselves in the kind of this grassland area right next to this desert. And just all these pods hit the ground. All those shells pop off, and a ton of tabaxi step out. And that is the end of this session.
Yo, that was actually pretty fucking epic.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I did actually.
It wasn't too on rails, was it?
No, I actually really enjoyed it. It was like a good cause I was thinking about it. I was like, hey, how did my tabaxi people get here? That type of stuff, and then it kind of ties in perfectly, really.
You've missed some sessions, so. Do you know? Well, tell me what you know about Solstice. Do you have any theories, or what you know about the overall story?
I do remember. Okay, so that it doesn't. There's never nighttime. It's always It's always sunup.
Yes.
Because they have. Did you say two moons? Two suns, right?
Nope, one sun, but it's up in the sky. And the other notable fact about the sky is that there is a dome over the sky. No stars, no typical sky, a big dome. And it just looks like more landscape, but really far away. And most of the people on the solar planes believe it's some sort of far off godland.
Okay. And then I know that. I know that the water.
Oh, I thought I muted. Damn it! Sorry.
You're good. I know that the water was kind of rationed. It's a very important resource, but other than that, I don't remember much.
Okay, so the one thing that you don't know yet then is that I think you were there when Piritesh. No, you weren't there when Piritesh appeared the first time, and she explained that she is from some other plane of existence that doesn't function on the same way space-time functions in your normal plane, blah blah blah. But the other thing was, when you guys finished turning on the water, the party triggered some sort of defense mechanism that started like a vortex of wind in this control room where you guys were. And it pushed everyone around, and Naya, Audavon's friend, fell into the pit and almost died. She had slow fall, so she managed to stop her fall, but the pit was 2 or 5 miles long, I think. It was really long, and it took Sakir forever to fly down there. But he finally flew down there and found that Naya was actually still alive, embedded in the dirt. And then as he removed Naya from the dirt, he revealed that basically the floor was glass. And he kept removing more and more dirt, and it was this big window, and the window looked out into a black void dotted with light. And there was some colorful mists and stuff too, but mostly blackness.
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit.
God damn it! What did you hear?
You said okay, so I know that there was you said that he realized it was a dome. Or a sphere of glass, and he looked out, and it was a black void dotted with light.
Yeah, so they fell down a 5-mile deep pit.
Yeah,
and then at the bottom of that pit basically was a viewport out into a void. The floor was the viewport. And then, after they activated the water, everyone made their way out of the cave except for Marina, who can swim like nobody's business. She activated the water. And then the water came pouring into the chamber where the control room, basically. And then it also poured into that pit. And then it took some time, but then to fill up. But then as soon as Marina could see the water finally filling up as it fell into this pit, she jumped in the pit and swam down to the bottom, just to get a better look, since she can breathe underwater. And she went down to the glass, and where Naya fell, her sword kind of poked into the glass and cracked it. And Sakara removed the sword, brought Naya back up, flew Naya and her sword back up to the top. But after removing the sword, they didn't realize that the glass had spiderwebbed as he removed it. And then as Marina went down there, it spiderwebbed even more. And then she began swimming back up when she realized it was going to... Or no, it broke right in front of her, and then she iced it over. And then she started swimming back up before the ice could break. And then eventually it broke, and the water started getting sucked out of the viewport. It was just like sucked out into the void, and she had to fight the currents and stuff basically to get out, and she barely made it out alive.
Fucking nuts.
So that's your only other experience with some weird thing within Solstice, is this weird deep pit and then this void like down at the bottom of the pit. And
then yeah. Now the mystery deepens. Who are the machine people that attacked?
Yep.
That's another little like layer. It's nice. I like it. This is all good. I like this, man. This is a good.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, well, it's fun. It's hella fun.
I'll end the stream at least. Thanks everybody for whoever's been watching, and the podcast feed is way behind. I know I have to catch up on it. I'm probably just going to stop editing stuff and start putting the raw shows up on the feed, so I'll take care of that soon. So I apologize to those trying to follow us on the podcast, but the YouTube, as usual, always has our live shows. Feel free to catch us. We're doing more tomorrow. I have like 3 sessions tomorrow night. Or 2. I think PJ and Brian are tomorrow, and then on Sunday I think I have Rainbow, Mirama, and I forget who else. But anyway, those will take place tomorrow, so feel free to tune in tomorrow night, starting at 5, I think. So thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye, everybody.